Have you checked the children?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
And Jaime Fuego here.
And we are here to talk about something that we have both been excited about. This was, I think, on both of our most anticipated lists of last year, right?
Indeed it was, and I was hopeful it would be an improvement from the previous one that I was a little more ho-hum on and that you were like over the moon.
Oh my god, I still can't believe that that's the case. I must have blocked that out because I literally can watch that movie at any point. I'm such a giant monster lover, and that's all it was just giant monster walls to wall, and so I dug it. But yeah, we're going to talk Godzilla versus Kong today because we finally got the first trailer. We got a little couple of seconds of a tease last week when HBO Max, or who was it, Warner Brothers or something, dropped like here's a bunch of stuff coming this year.
Yeah, because they work in conjunction with each other. I'm trying to remember if Time Warner actually owns HBO or not, but yeah, they had that big controversial thing where they're going to be simultaneously dropping all of their stuff in theaters and on HBO Max, and around that same time they moved up the release date 2 months because it was supposed to come out in May after that previous delay, but then they moved it up 2 months, and now it's coming out March 26th, which is pretty sweet. So
I wonder if that's because they were making room for different summer movies. I can't understand that move. It is such a summer movie, but aren't they really just summer movie releases because of the theater, right? So
yeah, and I mean, haven't they been pushing up the summer experience to like late March, early April in some cases with Endgame and things like that?
That's
so
true.
Just keep easing it up, you know. So, but we still live in a weird world, so who the hell knows at this point?
I don't mind at all having this come early, though. That is a welcome surprise. So what do you say, Fuego? You ready to give this actual 2.5 minute long trailer a look? Don't know if it's got a, like a pre-trailer trailer like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's stuff you're gonna see right now. Like,
I guess we're gonna find out. But Kong looks like he has grown since Skull Island, man. I mean, I guess he had to, right? That was inevitable. But
yeah, they said they had to upscale him. Well, Skull Island, he was pretty tall. He was
big. I loved Skull Island. That's personally my favorite of this new legendary kaiju verse. So.
That's always one I can go back to and watch again as well. That's where they really were like, oh, you guys didn't like that we didn't show monsters in the first Godzilla, so here's Kong and all of his buddies. Yeah. All right, so let's pull it up. Enough chit chat. I'm ready to watch this. So, you know how we normally do it. So no false 3, 2, 1. All right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna lower the volume because I know that's always an issue.
Good call. Good call. Thank you.
Sweet.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
This is our only chance.
Ooh.
We have to take it.
Ooh.
Hands. We need him to fight the big lizard.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah, he does. Oh, wow.
Skarsgård's in this?
I didn't know that.
Stop what's coming.
Randall Flagg himself.
I know. I just watched that yesterday.
She's the only one he'll communicate with.
What? That's awesome.
I knew that they had a bond. She had nowhere to go, so
Can't pinpoint where I recognize
I
her
made a
from.
promise to protect her.
Yeah, we've seen her before. Other things.
And I think that in some way, Kong did the same.
Is 11 coming back, I wonder? Think she
Yeah,
is.
I wonder also. Oh boy.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Go. A whole shark fin kind of thing.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Godzilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making the music.
Oh jeez. Wow, really? With this music? We had to do this music? Oh snap.
These are dangerous times.
Godzilla's out there and he's hurting people.
Oh,
We
yeah,
don't
okay.
know why.
There's something provoking him that we're not seeing here.
There
Oh,
she
it is. Yep.
romantic.
I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it.
Who bows to who?
Nobody gonna stop me.
Kong bows to no one.
Oh man.
Right.
Damn. All right. So
It's
let's
like 2 months away, man.
let's
Like,
wind it back. All right. So I'll probably do some stopping along the way here. Obviously, big destruction at the very beginning. Is that Godzilla there coming up through the city? Yeah, it looks like it is. And then we got big old Kong looking really good. Man, those effects look so good though.
They really do, even on my computer screen here.
Mm-hmm.
Now is this one you will go to a theater for?
Yes, I
Yeah,
thought about
I think-
that the other day, and I'm like, this is exactly the kind of thing that I have to go to a theater for. Like, these are the movies. I don't care about comedies in theaters. I don't care about dramas in theaters. Even some horror in theater I let go by sometimes. But this is definitely a theatrical experience to me.
Oh yeah, if we went to see The Monster Hunter with Mila Jovovich, I mean, we got to see this.
Yeah, again, giant monsters. You gotta go to this big screen for the big scale. You know what I mean? I don't have a 80 or 100-inch screen here. I think I'm like 50 or 60 maybe. It's just not nearly as impactful.
Yeah, I've got a 42 at the house, and it's been here for years. So
Yeah. But I mean, all this stuff, Godzilla attacking. I wonder why Godzilla just attacks the fleet, though.
that's what I'm wondering too.
Is he just
Maybe,
trying to take out? I mean, he's the king of the monsters, though. So
yeah. I mean, I'm assuming since they're transporting Kong, maybe he perceives it as a threat or something. But I mean, why are they getting Kong in the first place? Is it because there are other creatures coming and they didn't know if Godzilla was still alive or what? I'm honestly trying to remember the end of King of the Monsters. Now, Godzilla survived, right?
Yeah, he survived.
Yeah, I thought so. Now, obviously, he would have had to, but some of these kaiju films, they end very just haphazardly, I guess. But
so I wound it back a little bit to Godzilla coming out of the water. So I wonder if you're right, though. I wonder if by them removing Kong from his secluded island, where Godzilla was kind of okay with him being there because he couldn't do anything. But, now that he's out, he's like, nope, you got to go back to your pen, that kind of thing. Maybe it's something like that. By the way, I wanted to, there's a part here, right here. This doesn't look good to me. At 132, 133, when Kong is pushing Godzilla into the water, that's an unfinished effect. Because there's almost no splash when he first hits the water, period.
Oh, good point, yeah.
He's falling behind the splash. You see what I'm saying?
I do indeed, yeah.
So that stuck out to me. That stuck out to me every time I watched it. And he's like sinking. He's huge. He would not sink into the water that fast. He would hit it like a plane hitting the water, and then go into it. So that's a bad effect in my opinion. But continuing on.
Yeah, I'm really digging these insanely brightly lit, almost like Neo Tokyo shots of the fighting.
Yeah, that I wanted to pause on that too. So that Godzilla screaming there at 145, 144.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at right now too.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I was gonna go back just a bit though to right here at it's hang on, 130, 136, 137. You're getting a Fast and Furious explosion jump shot, but with Kong.
Yeah.
I really thought that was funny.
It's the freeze frame kind of.
Yeah. Every action movie has to have that, except this is a, however many 100-foot tall ape doing it.
And we are seeing stuff back on Skull Island with him finding the handprint and stuff, and I'm assuming these are some flashbacks with him swinging like a rope, that flying creature around. So I'm still speculating that they're gonna tussle it out a little bit, and then they're gonna have to team for a bigger threat. But that's obviously just pure speculation. So
yeah, well, I mean, at 2.5 minutes, that's not showing that much. Godzilla King of the Monsters was like 2.5 hours, right? So
it was long.
They haven't even shown any other kaiju, but we know for a fact that the Game of Thrones guy got King Ghidorah's cast-off head. And so we're guessing it's going to be Mecha King Ghidorah that they're going to have to team up against. But yeah.
And that would be like a outer space sort of situation, right? Wasn't Mecha anything Mecha? Wasn't that like aliens were involved or something?
Well, but they're obviously having to fix that because they'll make it more earthbound by just saying that, you know, the Game of Thrones guy and all of his team just built the mecha version of it based on the DNA of the head.
Or they found alien technology maybe or something.
Something like that, yeah. And I think because this is Legendary, technically now we could have them cross over with the Pacific Rim universe, couldn't we?
Oh yeah. I mean, they've been clamoring for another Pacific Rim for a long ass time, and I'm sure Guillermo would love for them to throw like $300 million at it. But I'm just speculating about the release structure and how you're going to be able to gauge how profitable this movie can be in the current movie landscape. So.
Well, profitable is maybe not the way to put it, right? I mean, we'll see. I'm curious to see the theatrical response because I think this, you know, everyone was like, no, Tenet will bring everyone out. I'm thinking if any movie brings anyone out to the theater right now, it would be a movie like this.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman did all right. It was the first of this dual release structure, and it was what kind of, you know, heralded it in, but
I don't think even that would have been as draw-worthy as this is, personally.
Maybe for guys like us, you know.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I am talking from a very particular point of view, I suppose. Yeah. Thanks, Fuego. You're biased, you son of a bitch. But
yeah, I'm excited for this though, man, and I'm digging the direction from Adam Wingard. He's a horror guy. You know, the last one was done by Mike Doherty, who did Krampus and did Trick or Treat and stuff, and then Wingard. I'm trying to remember what
Blair
he
Witch,
did.
wasn't he? Wasn't he the Blair Witch guy?
He did the most recent Blair Witch.
Yeah,
which I thought was well directed, but nothing of this scale, obviously.
No, obviously not. But neither had Michael Doherty done anything of this scale. Now they're like, oh, obviously these guys can do something like this. By the way, I liked seeing all these people return from Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I did not know necessarily that everyone was coming back. And by the way, if you freeze at 152, this gentleman Hayes on his shirt, isn't that the cop from the new Child's Play movie?
Might be.
I'm pretty sure it is.
That movie was relatively forgettable for me.
See, I watched it again relatively recently. So,
okay.
Yeah, I tried to give it another try, and boy, Fuego, it's still just terrible. I'm pretty sure that's who that is, though. But yeah, and this stuff, seeing him swing the dragons around, I'm wondering if that's flashback, right? Seeing part of the war that they're talking about because remember in Skull Island we saw all the skeletons of the other Kongs.
Yeah,
and
was that the post credits, or was that
no? While they were exploring the island, they found the giant.
I'm remembering when they were in the cave.
Oh, you're talking about the Godzilla skeletons.
Well, there's the cave drawings they found. Remember?
Oh yeah, but they did find like a Godzilla skeleton in one of these movies. So, in one of I think it was in King of the Monsters. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing things, but. Nonetheless, I'm curious if this is flashback or if this is what happens like at the beginning of the movie before he gets taken away.
I'm actually with the latter. I think it's going to be like they're going to go to the island to take him, and they're going to just find him just raging and, you know, kicking ass. So
yeah. What about these things towards the end here? Hang on, sorry, I didn't. I mean, what is this? Okay, so this is not Kong. At 2 minutes and 2 minutes, right?
Just about there. I'm just seeing the handprint right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what, the flying creatures that I mentioned?
No, at 2 minutes right here, this big horn thing that is in the foreground with Godzilla in the background. That's not part of Kong.
I guess I'm not seeing it.
At 2:02?
Oh, okay. Because I was at 2 minutes and it goes to black.
Yeah, it's right after the fade.
So the thing that is flying in front of Godzilla there.
Is it flying? Or is it... I think it's on the ground and the camera's just moving up over it to put Godzilla in frame.
Well, and that was one thing that these movies definitely did. Even the Gareth Edwards one, man, it showed the scale of these creatures really well, in my opinion, you know, with the camera movements and whatnot.
Oh, okay, I see what it is. It's the axe It's the axe that or that King Kong is holding.
This is holding in like a couple frames before.
Well, when he jumps at Godzilla, he's got it, but it doesn't look like this shot leads to the following shot of Kong. It looks like they spliced two different shots of Kong together, because it looks like he's got both hands up in this shot, whereas he's holding the axe in the previous one. So I got a little confused, but yeah, that's just the axe.
And now I'm at 154, and I'm seeing in the upper left there appears to be what looks like a spaceship flying towards Kong.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you're right.
So I'm kind of wondering if there is going to be like a, just out of this world presence in this movie, and maybe that final threat comes.
That almost like that almost looks like Gamera. Literally, Gamera is the giant turtle that can at times fly on two hind jets like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously it's not Gamera, it's a whole different franchise, but it looks like Gamera, and because Robert and I are going to review Gamera when he comes back. It comes next time.
Yeah, is he a Toho? Gamera?
He is Toho,
no.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Who technically, I mean, yeah, even though Legendary is being sublet the IP of Godzilla for this crossover.
I wonder what that is, though. You're right. Because the reason I say that is because it looks almost organic. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like a ship, does it? Did it to you?
I mean, it looks like there's weird like boosters on the sides.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, the
like,
boosters. Yeah. The boosters look like it's a rocket ship, but the actual ship itself looks. I don't know. All right. Well, fair enough, though.
Yeah. It was just something small I noticed to speculate about. So, but yeah, man, this looks badass. I mean, I'm hoping they flesh out the characters a little bit more, because that was my criticism of these films previously, especially King of the Monsters, was just the paper-thin development. But as you constantly reminded me, I know this is about just warring big monsters as opposed to anything else. We don't need to develop the characters maybe as much as I needed. So
I'm digging the fact that Flag is in this. Mm-hmm. He looks good, but he also looks pretty defeated at this 213 mark. So, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy that's about to get smooshed?
He seemed from his dialogue early on he was going to be good, but I like him in a bad role, man. I actually warmed up to him on the show.
I actually really like him as Flag, honestly, but there's a lot of other aspects of the show I don't like. Yeah, them just fighting in this Neo Tokyo sort of thing is just dope looking.
It's all the lighting that's just really, really awesome for me.
That, man, I got it. That's worth screenshotting right there. Him leaping at him.
As I'm seeing a little bit more of Skarsgård, though, and some of his facial expressions and stuff, I mean, maybe he's going to, seem good at first, and he'll be the one spearheading taking Kong, and then maybe he turns out to be, the evil government guy or something.
That's what I'm thinking it might end up being, yeah.
Kong looks really good, though, man, especially some of these close-ups with, the hair and everything on his body, just the realism and the facial expressions and stuff. I mean, props.
Yeah, definitely. They've really dialed that in, so. All right. I think that's maybe as much as we can dissect this bad boy. It looks pretty awesome, though.
Dissect, speculate, all that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any final thoughts on this?
I'm much more excited about this than I was anticipating being, so, yeah.
Nice.
Bring it on.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for our reaction to Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong, rather. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. What is that spaceship? Is it just an advanced human ship? Is it Gamera? What is it? So let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
And Kristopher, Jaime, and Fuego.
Thank you to all of our patrons, and remember, stay scared.
Stay scared.